Hello and welcome back to the Dukascopy TV studio. Now the 15th annual W.I.N conference takes place in Rome this week. I'm joined in the studio now by one of the speakers from the event, Majbritt Byskov-Bridges and Gavin Pluck from Guardian Wealth Management. Guys, welcome into the studio. Thank you very much. Now, firstly, can you explain to us just exactly what W.I.N is, what its aims are, and also how you guys came to be involved in it?
Well, W.I.N stands for Women's International Networking and was set up by Kristin Envik and is now run by a full-time team of professional women, and is also supported by a large group of volunteers, women's networks and advisory groups, and also international companies that are then inspired by diversification and getting women involved in the executive levels. The main W.I.N event, though, is the W.I.N conference, which will be taking place starting on Wednesday now. And the conference is really, it's a world-class 3-day forum where about 1,000 women and men get together to discuss leadership opportunities. How we got involved with it really was through a snowball effect. We do a lot of workshops and seminars within international companies for the international community to try and help them organize themselves and find investment opportunities that are going to be useful for them, not just locally, but also as they move around as internationals. And from these seminars and from these workshops, we were then asked by an executive women's group to come on board and do some presentations and give them some unbiased advice on how to organize their retirement, because this is a global issue which we hear more and more about, how to sustain oneself in retirement. So that's how we then got involved with W.I.N and have now been involved with W.I.N for 5 years. We're also one of the sponsors there and have enjoyed very much being part of that group.
So Majbritt, I understand as a speaker at the event that you're specifically interested in women protecting their financial future. Why is that so important, and how does that vary from, say, for example, how a man may look to protect their future financially?
Well, this is the 4th year that we're going to be speaking at the W.I.N conference, and every year we help women take charge and take control of their financial present but future as well. Women are the largest emerging market in the world. It's a very, very exciting time for women. We're going to see over the next decade women involved far more in politics, in businesses, and in society in general. We're also going to see that there's going to be more executive women, and we're going to see that women's wages are actually going to go up significantly as well, from roughly $13 trillion to $18 trillion. Now, this $5 trillion difference is actually 2 times more than the GDP of China and India combined. So it's a huge area, and it's a very, very exciting time for women at the moment. Now, coming back to your question on how financial planning differs from men to women, women do have to have a slightly different outlook when it comes to financial planning. And this can be due to many reasons, but mostly the fact that with accumulating retirement, women tend to be the ones who take a career break or who end up working part-time, and this can be due to maternity, children, family needs. So bit by bit, women accumulate slightly less into their pensions. Also, we've seen that in a lot of countries, women actually retire earlier than men. So all of these factors add up, meaning that we end up with less at the end. So what we try to encourage women is to take control at this point now, so that we can be financially secure in the future. We also see that about 50% of women aren't even contributing to a pension scheme, and whether this is a company scheme or a private pension, on top of that, we tend to live longer than men. So a woman can easily end up living just as many years in retirement as they actually did working. So how is this sustainable? It's not sustainable. So I've taken it on as my priority to help women just take those first steps today to make sure that their future is secured.
Now, Gavin, you've been sitting over there pretty quietly. How, therefore, does Guardian Wealth Management look to offer solutions to its clients in order to meet these ideas?
Yeah, as we know, Natalie, there are many organisations globally, financial organisations, that are always trying to promote their own products or will always have the best solution. One bank will always have a better solution than another bank. And I've been fortunate enough, or unfortunate enough, to attend many hundreds of financial seminars over the last 20 years, and be the good seminars, poor or indifferent, I've always come away feeling that the organisation behind has always tried to push or sell their own solution. For us, it's all about making sure that through a series of workshops and simple exercises that we can educate the women in terms of what's actually taking place, what are the major pitfalls or issues that they may come across, and how to overcome that. You know, what we'd like to do is really empower women to be able to make an informed decision in terms of what's the right solution for them. You know, in today's financial world, it's just full of jargon, lots of financial jargon. You know, us financiers like to use jargon to keep everyone else out of the solution, but and lots of acronyms, and it can seem quite daunting and confusing. We've found that after speaking to many of our women clients. What our job is really to try and unravel that, use plain English rather than the jargon, make it very understandable, just so women can make their own decision. Gavin,
Majbritt, thank you very much. Best of luck at the conference.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We'll be back shortly with more exclusive interviews. For now though, goodbye.